Hey, thank you for clicking on this video. Today I want to give you 6 tips that will help you make the shift from content creation to directing, or at least give you some food for thought. So yeah, let's dive right into it. First, it's important to understand the different skills and mindsets required for directing. As director, you need to be able to manage a team, communicate your vision efficiently, and, well, make tough decisions. You also need a strong understanding of storytelling, visual language, and pacing. So basically, you need to become a people person, but this doesn't mean that if you're an introvert like me, suddenly you have to be talking non-stop and, be the center of attention. Definitely not. A good director actually talks less, but it's always on point. When you're on set, those people are looking up to you. They need you to explain and communicate your vision in the best way so that they can be most helpful to you. They need to understand the bigger picture, the story, the motivation, and the why behind it all. And that point is also very true for your clients. So improving on your communication will, help both ways. One way to develop these skills is to work on small projects such as short films, music videos, and passion projects. This will allow you to practice your craft, build your portfolio, and learn from your mistakes. Every time you go on set, you learn something new that you can later add to your toolbox of knowledge and experience. And I think this is exactly the thing that will make you stand out and make you better in this craft of directing. It's also very important to learn to collaborate with other creatives, such as writers, cinematographers, and composers. Working with a team can help you learn from others and create a more cohesive final product. This also means that you're responsible for creating a safe and supportive environment where everyone feels comfortable. When everyone brings their vision and talent to the table, the result is way better. What you should develop though are healthy boundaries. Saying no when something isn't working as it's supposed to. Being a director doesn't mean that you get to boss around and act like your ideas are the best. Always be respectful and hear what your team has to say, but when push comes to shove, clear is kind. You're the one making decisions, and you're the one responsible if a film or a video doesn't meet the client expectations. In addition, I suggest you focus on building a strong personal vision and style as a director. This means exploring your own creativity and developing your own voice. This, of course, happens over time. For me, watching movies and shows as a way of learning always helps. Pay attention to the visual style, pacing, and rhythm, as these elements can make or break your film. Try to understand why a certain film or a video made you feel the way it did and how that was achieved. It's a little bit of reverse engineering. Then, very important, be present. Be present in the moment. Directing requires a lot of focus and attention to detail, but it's important to also be present and staying open to unexpected opportunities or changes. This means being flexible and adaptable and not getting too attached to a specific vision or plan. Depending on the project, sometimes on set you have the opportunity to explore and follow an unplanned direction, but as I said, that really depends on the size of the project and the creative freedom that you've been given. For some projects, you have a very strict storyboard and shot list that you should be following, so be cautious with that. But when you have the freedom, just follow your intuition. This is like the best advice or the best, thing that you could do. Following your gut and what you're feeling from the inside. Just by letting your intuition guide you, when I do that, I achieve the best results. When you reach the editing stage, don't be afraid to cut scenes or dialogue that aren't working. I know that sometimes you can get too attached to something, but as a director, you need to be willing to make those tough decisions and cut material that just isn't serving the story. As I said, this can be difficult, but it's often necessary to create a more focused and impactful final product. I know that sometimes it's so easy to get attached to a specific scene that is just looking perfect, like everything, the lighting, the talent, the colors, everything is just great and you just want to keep it in because, well, it's going to make a great screen grab. But yeah, sometimes your client doesn't think the same way. I had a project where the client wanted 19 revisions. 19 revisions. And believe me, in the end, I was so burnt out and exhausted that I was starting to hate the project I once was so passionate about. So yeah, my advice is don't get too attached Oh, my lamp just died. Anyways, so I guess your biggest takeaway from this is don't get too attached to your ideas, especially when there is a big paycheck involved. I know this can be rather discouraging, but then also on the same note, never let anyone exploit you. You know, it's kind of like life. Just try and find a good balance where you're happy and they're happy, you know. Anyways, I hope those tips have been helpful. Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, you know, do all the things. I'm Aya, by the way, your host. I forgot what I wanted to say, but yeah, just drop a line below. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.